Well, I'm glad that you're joining us for this week's edition of looking at refugees and our response to refugees. If you remember, for the Diocesan Conference, we filmed a segment with one of the Syrian refugees. This interview is going to follow this introduction in a couple of minutes, and I will really encourage you to watch it again and to listen to what this wonderful young lady is saying to us. So before we get to our guests segment, I want just to give you a little bit of information about why I am so keen on connecting with refugees. The first thing is that I come from a refugee family. I am one of the internally displaced communities, as it is known by international standards. We had to leave our village and live in a different place with the loss of everything that we had, or at least my parents and grandparents had to. And that was as a result of war. And that's one of the main causes of the refugees around the world today. The conflict, internal and external conflict, always creates refugees. People lose absolutely everything, and all that they're desperate for is to provide security for themselves and for their families. And so they begin to look for other places to just find that safety. Some remain internally displaced for many years, and we have that as examples around the world. Communities that had to leave their own homes and villages and live in other sections of the same country, where others there still suffer extreme isolation, discrimination, and even attacks, and so they become desperate to leave the borders of their own nation state and begin to look for somewhere else. So over the last 2 decades in the United Kingdom, we've been having such a heavy conversation about refugees. It has become a political football, and at the same time we are in danger of losing sight. These are people who are precious in God's sight, people who have great value, people who are only trying to find a place of safety, and so they look for a place of safety. Many towns and villages in the United Kingdom have engaged in providing a safe place. They formed community sponsorship groups that invited and sponsored families to come to this country. The Red Cross has been involved in resettlement. Citizen UK has been involved in supporting these communities, and the government itself. The government was engaged in the setting up of these community sponsorship. And so if you look even in our diocese, we have a few towns that have had community sponsorship schemes. The one that I have come across is in Aberystwyth. And so through my contacts during my time in Aberystwyth, I would like you to meet Latifa and listen to her story. Mother of Maher, Fadila, you have been in the United Kingdom, in Wales, for quite a few years. When did you arrive to Aberystwyth?
I arrived on 2016, 1st of November.
And where did you come from at that moment?
I came from Egypt.
And is that where your story began?
Yeah.
Coming to Aberystwyth?
Yeah, I came to Aberystwyth from Egypt.
But where are you from originally?
I am from Syria.
Syria. How did you get from Syria to Egypt?
We go to Lebanon first, and after we take it from Lebanon and go to Egypt. We left Syria on 2013, sorry, in April. We go to Egypt by flying, and we go to Egypt on I am pregnant for another daughter. I have daughter when I left Syria, one daughter. We go with my mom and my sister and my husband. We arrived to Egypt, and we see my brother in Egypt. And after we stay in the Egypt 3 years and a half with my family, and the UN support us and help us for coming to here. They calling me and ask me if you want to go to United Kingdom, and I told them yes, I want, because difficult life, everything's expensive for us, and we just try to go to a safe place for my children, for good life in the future. Just I thinking about my children to go to university in the future. Just when they ask me to traveling to United Kingdom, just I want safe place, some good life for my children.
What was the journey like from Egypt to Aberystwyth?
It's difficult because not anybody come with us. We don't have speaking English, and the traveling is Germany. And when we go to airport, sorry,
no,
airport, I didn't know what I can do. I didn't know where I can sit. And I want to speak with body. No, everyone speak English and Germany, I think. Just we just scared, difficult time. Everything is dark because in the night about 1:30 in the morning. Just we scared. And one person, he thinking we are not speak, and he speak Arabic and English. He is very kind, and he told me, give me your ticket please, and I give him, and told me we are stay, me and daughter, my mom and dad, and too far from, it's feeling very difficult. This problem was me in traveling.
Yeah. And when you got to Aberystwyth, were you with a government supported group, or were you the local community sponsorship?
We come in to Bristol, and the Red Cross and somebody translate for us. They support me and look after us. Yeah. And
in Aberystwyth, who welcomed you to Aberystwyth?
Welcomed from Aber-8.
Aber-8.
Yeah, they are very kind as well, and local here is very kind with us. Yeah, I have to found friends here. When I started to go coffee morning in the university every Wednesday, I saw local community here, and this making friend, that very helpful for me.
You tried to make a new life for you and your family here. How was that?
When I came to here, I just feeling crying and scared, and I feeling I am where I am. Yeah, like this. I ask me and ask my husband where we are. We went back to Egypt because we scared because we don't have language. I can read and writing, but I can't speak with people and understand every word. And my children is scary because no anybody here. They go to school scared, no have friend. Just about 2 months for my kids, and after they speak English, making friends, happy. When I saw my children, I am still at home. I can't go to shopping or something. Everything's I think difficult to find it. And me, after I saw my children happy, I'm just making me confident to stay. Because always I thinking, no, I went back. No, why I am come here? Just like this thinking. But when I see my children happy and me feeling comfortable, I go to college every 3 days in the week, and coffee morning one in the week, and making a lot of friends, and they very welcome it. the community here every time, smiling, good, and say hi, and just make him comfortable and feeling good for me, friendly. And when I walk here, and we started to go to shopping, go to see, I now I love Aberystwyth.
Mm-hmm. It's not central to Wales or to the United Kingdom, and the weather is so different than Syria and Egypt. How did you acclimatize to that?
When I go to Egypt, in Egypt all the time summer, and very hot, different. In Syria we have 4 seasons. But when I come to here, I came on 1st of November, very cold. Mm-hmm. I feeling cold and winter, but I remember my country in Syria in winter, same here, and sometimes cold than here. This when I walk. I remember when I'm very young, like when smelling trees or something. I remember when I go to school in September, like same season. I love autumn because I have memory in my mind when I'm very young to go to school. The start same here. This making me a little bit happy.
You started a business here. Tell us about it.
I started with a group, Syrian community. We started on 2019. We are now 3 ladies, me and Rula and my mom. We started from Medina restaurant. I love when I came to home. I love go to Medina always. Mm-hmm. I spoke with a lady named Rose. She support us for started the business.
I know Rose.
And when we go to her, we want to her. I told her, can use your kitchen and restaurant one day. She very welcomed, and we started from there. And after we had now making marketing, Syrian night,
And that's going well. I've seen awards on Facebook. You got an award for that, didn't you?
We have, in Cardiff.
In Cardiff.
And also in Aberystwyth last year.
How did you find the people that assisted you when you first came to Aberystwyth? Do you think their help made a difference for you to feel the place as welcoming place?
Very important, because when we come, like we are lost ourselves, we don't know what we can do. When they came and help people, very important, because here have letters, have you need to go to GB, you need to go to hospital, you need in the job center as well to find job. That's very helpful.
Just a final question. What would you say to the local communities about their responses to refugees or asylum seekers?
They support them and help them for found job and for welcoming. They already that, but this very helpful for people. Just started a new life for them, because they come from difficult times. You need support by speaking, by feeling, by give them support. Just not only money or something. You need money exactly, but you need love. When feeling love, this making the people support.
Having listened to Latifa and watched Latifa's video, I wonder whether you have encountered and have got to know any refugee, either from Syria, Afghanistan, Ukraine, Africa, North or South, or other parts of the world where have created so many refugees in the last couple of decades. If you haven't, what do you need to do to actually connect with them? How can you find them in your communities? I recently was in a conference that spoke about the role of the church in receiving and integrating refugees into their new communities, the way that facilitates their integration into the new culture and help them to acclimatize to all the changes that they are facing. Is there any way you can be involved in supporting community groups? The other thing is, I wonder whether you have looked into engaging with organizations that work with refugees, looked at Christian Aid, looked at the Red Cross, looked at Citizen UK and others who tier fund, who will be engaged in supporting and helping different ages of refugees as well. A third point I'd like to draw your attention to, have you spoken to your local political representative that their voice on the council, in the parliament or in other places of influence can be heard as not a condemnatory voice but as a supporting voice? The fourth element that we can be looking at is how our voice and our engagement have helped our local community at large to integrate, respect and welcome the refugees and the strangers among us. There are far too many people who are in desperate need, and I often, when I think about them, I look at about what Jesus had to encounter. Of course, we just celebrated Christmas and the massacre of the innocents. At the massacre of the innocents, most probably Jesus would have been around the age of 2, where Joseph had a dream, and in that dream he was told to flee, to go to a different land, and the name that was given to him of this land was Egypt. So Joseph went to Egypt and he took his son, the Son of God, Jesus himself, to Egypt with his mother Mary, where he stayed till it became safe for him to return home. My experience is that most refugees would love to be able to go back home if the conditions can change in their sending country, in their expelling country, in the places where they had to leave because they felt insecure, unsafe, and that same experience was all that they could see for their children. So where is your voice? And then the fifth point, just to ask you, is, do you remember to pray for refugees? Do you remember to pray for the change of conditions, political, social and conflict resolutions around the world, so this problem will be eradicated before it becomes a problem for us? All these elements will open up at a later videos, but for now, thank you for watching, and I hope that you'll really engage with this segment of our year of Salt and Light, specifically looking at refugees and as the strangers among us.